all and welcome. I haven't made a video for a while, so I'm back. It's difficult to think of things to make videos about because it's supposed to be geared towards beginners. So if you think of something you'd like to see, please let me know. I was asked about this particular tool, and what this tool does is it's a free turning tool. And it works really well with pretty much any size or type of paper, with the exception of maybe a really heavy cardstock. So let me show you how this works. So I like to put it in the palm of my hand, and then I grip with these two fingers and I literally just turn. The reason that I like this tool is it saves wrist action. It saves you from having issues with your wrist. And I work at an office, so I have to be careful of that. So here we go. There's a slot in the tool. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see if I can focus in on that a little bit. And what I like to do is slide my paper all the way into the slot. A lot of people like to start down in the slot. I like to start at the very end. And the reason that I like to do that is that if you're going to make a dome, it's best that it will be smoother on the edges if the paper is evenly distributed. The other thing that I do is I hold my fingers on the top and my kind of thumbnail on the bottom to guide the paper as it goes in, because that will keep your coil nice and flat. Because if you want to do a loose coil, if you don't keep the paper evenly aligned while you're winding it, it's going to end up giving you that tornado effect that everybody hates. So that's too much glue. So there's that, and that's the first. That is a 3mm piece, and that's how that works. And then I take my thumb, I try to find the slot. So in this case it's right here, so I'll put my thumb underneath it and push it off so that the first part doesn't stick and come uncoiled. So that's a 3mm. When I do a 1mm, I typically do it the other way. I will start down in it a little bit. So I pinch it between my fingers and then I work it into the slot. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. It's super tiny and I'm not the best camera person. But I do like to leave a little bit of a tail there, because when I do 1mm, more often than not, I'm doing more than one strip at a time. And so I want to be able to tuck some stuff under, and I typically don't do domes with 1mm. So there's the 1mm, and it works just fine as long as you keep your fingers on the top and the bottom to guide it on there. There's the 1mm. This is the one that's the hardest to get off without it sticking. So I'm gonna put fingernails on both sides and slide it off. The other thing that I do when I get my tight coils down is I take this rounded edge, you can see that it's rounded, and I will roll it over the top of my coil just to make sure that it's nice and flat. Okay, and then here is the 5mm strip, and the slot is big enough that you can go all the way down. You see that? And this is just regular stock, it's not cardstock. I've used this for cardstock, but it does tend to spring it out a little bit, and then you've got a wider opening than you would want. I've used this tool for so much and for so long that I've been through probably a dozen of these in my quilling career, which has spanned many years. I do at least a dozen of these, and I usually buy a few at a time so that I have backups just in case, because you never know when that quilling creativity is going to strike. Okay, so that's it. That's where it is. That's how you use it. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, comment below. Thanks, guys. See you next time.